Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on, Pats Nation? In this short video of Ken's Pat Start Patriots podcast, we're going to talk about the Patriots skill position, the major groups, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers. I just dropped a video last night, went live last night. If you haven't already, go ahead and check that video out. Talked about the quarterback position. So we doing a series because right now, we're in the dead time. We're in the dead time, not a lot going on. So over the next few weeks, I'm gonna have some guests on and make sure we get through training camp. We're doing a breakthrough of the series by series position of every position for the Patriots. So this is what we're gonna do: a position by position series of every position for the Patriots: quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, just the whole position breakdown. The best at each position, is there depth issues, and what is the outlook for the 2025 season. In this particular video right here, we're going to talk about the skill positions. So the wide receivers. On offense, the skill, your wide receiver and running back. Do we feel like this skill position group for the Patriots is better than what it has been in years past? Me personally, I feel it is. I feel it's a lot better. You got Stefon Diggs. You still got Pop Does coming back from the last couple of years. He's gradually improved quietly. He has improved every year that he's been with the Patriots. This will be his third year. So starting to enter that now, he's going to have his best offensive coordinator yet, and Josh McDaniels. So I can't wait to see how Pop Douglas looks in this new offense. And we do know how Josh McDaniels, what he's done in his days with the Patriots and Brady, with Edelman and Amendola, Welker, Jacoby Myers when we had Mac Jones. A couple years ago with the Raiders, he had Myers again and Devontae Adams, moving them around at the Z and slot. Josh McDaniels in this offense, just start with offense, just the coaching. The coaching is going to be so much better for this team. It's going to be so much better. Last year, the coaching was a mess. So you didn't really get the most out of the skill position. We don't really know what Jalen Polk is. We don't really know what Jalen Polk is yet. Not yet, we don't know. Can he play? Can he not? He's dealing with a shoulder injury right now. So we see when training camp starts on the 23rd, 24th of next month. Javon Baker, 4th round pick. Late day three pick. Are you really expecting a lot from him? Really not. I mean, if you hit on that pick, great. If not, okay, it was a day 3 pick. I mean, so what? Picks happen. Bad picks happen. And we know with the receiver position, it takes a couple years sometimes for these guys to get going. But it's very rare that we've seen somebody that started out bad as Polk and Baker has just turn it on that quick. You go back in history, you don't really know. So you don't know what you got there. Kayshon Boutte, I think he's Mr. Consistent in terms of showing up sometimes. Like, he stays healthy for the most part. He can make some plays, but there was some games last year when he went missing. Now, that could have been because I think a lot of times teams were putting their number one corner on Pop Douglas. In some games, I mean, Kayshon Boutte was getting that assignment, I remember. So the guys that they have at the wide receiver position, Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Kendrick Bourne, like I said, we don't know about Jalen Polk, Javon Baker yet. The guys that they do have right now, I feel they're best utilized as 3s and 4s. Like, I'm saying 2s, 3s, and 4s. Some, like, people don't even think they have a legit number 2. We're going to find out this year because I believe Stefon Diggs, I'm about to get to him shortly. I think with Stefon Diggs coming into the fold, he might not be his number 1 like his first few years in Buffalo and at his peak in Minnesota. But if he can give us how he looked last year, in about a month of time that we've seen him with the Houston Texans, that's good enough. Because you know he's going to be your best wide receiver. And if you haven't seen the training video, he looks real good. Getting out, I mean, he looks explosive. You can tell he's not all the way there yet. He's not all the way there. He has a ways to go. He's not all the way there. But I do think whenever he does, because right now I think he's probably like 80-85%. And we're still a month out from training camp. So I'll take an 80-85% Stefon Diggs over anything you got right now, over Mac Hollins. And I like that sign as a big X because you needed some size at the wide receiver. Over Kayshon Boutte, definitely. Of which I mean, Pop gonna be a number two, gonna be a slot receiver, probably a second option. Poe, I mean, I take that. Haven't even mentioned Cal Williams, the rookie wide receiver out of Washington. I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be the steal of the draft in terms for the Patriots. I like the Will Campbell pick because you need a left tackle. I like the picks that we got on day three getting pass rush. I like the Trevion Henderson pick, who I'm gonna get into in a second. But Cal Williams, what he did at the University of Washington, oh my, I think he's gonna be pretty good for us. We're not gonna put a lot of pressure on him to be the number one guy. You're a third round pick. So if you turn out to be pretty good number one receiver, that's great. We're not expecting it. You're a third round pick for a reason. You didn't go to first, you didn't go to second. You weren't number 69. You went early on day three. So I think he's going to complement what we got in Diggs, Pop Douglas. And over in the long term, in the long haul, we hope that he can be that big piece for us, maybe a big play, the big play piece that we have missed. I mean, look over the years, we really haven't had that. He runs good routes. He can get off the line. Hands are pretty good. He had a few drops, but they said, you listen to Steve Smith, say he was battling through a few personal things. So you give him some slack there. By all accounts, he's looked pretty good in mini camp. OTAs, the offseason program. Ricky, man, he looks pretty good. I've heard his name every day. Got to work on just being more consistent, but I think we've heard his name a lot. And I think with you having Stefon, I think the top three wide receivers right now. Look at the depth chart. According to ESPN, Stefon Diggs, Pop Douglas in the slot, Cal Williams at X. Stefon Diggs is going to be your Z, Pop in the slot, Cal Williams. That's what it says right now. Training camp ain't started. Preseason ain't got here. Me personally, I think it's going to be Kayshon Boutte at the X, Diggs at the Z, Pop in the slot, just to start. I think Williams is going to be in the account composition. He could be in an account position battle with it's going to be Cal Williams and Kayshon Boutte battling who's going to start at X. Even if Kayshon Boutte wins it outright, I still think Cal Williams is going to see his fair share of target and fair share of time at the X. And, you know, Josh McDaniels, he like going empty. He like using multiple wide receivers. He like subbing out these guys. So I still think Cal Williams is going to have a pretty good year. He's going to contribute a lot this year because the talent is there. The talent is there. So I can't wait to see what Cal Williams got. You got Efton Chisholm. He's been catching balls like I don't know what in count. Man, I think Mason caught about 50 balls so far. I think and Drake made last post-practice interview. I like the Efton Chisholm. My thing is it going to be a lot? I mean, is there any room for him? Because speaking of receiver, Diggs going to make it. He's there. Pop. I think Boutte makes it. Cal Williams going to be there. That's 4. Mac Hollins made for a special teams value, 5. Kayshon Boutte, maybe. I'm hearing he's probably going to make it. I know his name was in trade discussion early this year. I think Kayshon Boutte is going to make it. You're already at 6. Maybe somebody gets on PUP or something. But right now, I say my receivers would be, I think Pope gets another chance too. Diggs, Pop, Cal Williams, Boutte, Jalen Pope, Efton Chisholm, Mac Hart. I got Kendrick Bourne and Javon Baker off right now. Unless they go off in training camp in the preseason. Keep in mind, they don't have to cut nobody right now. It's still early. They ain't got, I mean, you know, people going to get hurt. Receivers from other teams going to get hurt. Some teams going to get needy. They're going to see the Patriots got, about 10 to 12 receivers on the roster right now. They're probably going to the season with 7. So keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye on that, man. That's going to be interesting to see what happens in the weeks leading up to the regular season. There's when a lot of cuts, a lot of trades happen, and somebody's going to get hurt. It always happens. Somebody's going to get hurt. You ain't got to worry about it. Somebody's going to get hurt. So can't wait to see what happens there. I think the receiver position is better than what it's been. Like I said, Stefon Diggs can be that number one. I think he's going to be a number one for you, even if he's on one leg. Just having Stefon Diggs out there, is going to be enough. Just his aura, his presence, and that's Stefon Diggs. So you're going to have to put your best corner out there on him. That's Stefon Diggs. And then you're going to have to figure out if he's healthy or not. Has he fully healed from that ACL tear? You're going to figure that out quick. So week 1, you got the Raiders. I think they got Jacorian Bennett at corner. I think they drafted another guy. They're not really stacked on the defense. I know they got Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz at the defensive line. See if Christian Wilkins plays. Heard he's dealing with an injury. That Raider defense, hey, we just gonna have to see. That's gonna be an interesting matchup week 1. We got the next few weeks into a month to talk about. We got the next few weeks and months to talk about week 1. We're gonna get into that heavily as we get closer. But this particular video is about the position, battles in the skill position, just the outlook. And I think the wide receiver position is better. If Diggs can be your one, Pop can show. If Cal Williams can show promise and improve on what he did in many camps and OTAs in the whole offseason program, and Pop he continued to ascend. Cause Pop Douglas numbers, if he continues to stay, he was healthy all last year. If Pop Douglas can continue on the projection that he's on, you got Diggs, you got Pop, which you see what you get from your rookie Cal Williams, then Kayshon Boutte. Everybody else on the depth chart falls down. They falls down. So what I'm saying is, if you're playing let me get a team with no, you're playing trying to think of a team. Okay, the Broncos. Broncos probably play a lot of man coverage. Pat Surtain probably gonna go with Stefon Diggs. Their second corner, I believe that is Moss. He's gonna go with probably Pop Douglas. Now Cal Williams or Kayshon Boutte, you're on their third. Or if they don't want to put their second corner in the slot on Pop Douglas, they put their second corner, talking about Denver, as Moss on Kayshon Boutte. Now your slot corner's on Pop Douglas. Now your fourth guy's probably on like a Kendrick Bourne or something like that. So it's going, or Cal Williams. Like, it just depends on the formation and what the offense is running. So we have not seen this team with a number one wide receiver in years. Julian Edelman, yeah, he was the Patriots' number one wide receiver. Was he a number one in terms of league wide? You can have a debate about that. Jacoby Myers, he was your best wide receiver, but you saw the year that Jacoby Myers had, opposite of Devontae Adams, his first year there. Played pretty good with Adams. Played pretty good now. Myers was solid there. So that's what I'm saying. With Stefon Diggs, I expect to see Pop Douglas eat this year. I think Pop Douglas is going to have a phenomenal year. I cannot wait to see him. He just got to stay healthy. He was healthy all last year. A lot of people think he had those 2 concussions in year one, that he's going to be an injury-prone guy. He really won't. And really, the concussion that he had year one, I think, what game was that? He got hit. He missed a couple games. He came back, but when he was on the field, Pop Douglas, and he just got to find that he got to be better in zone. He can get open, get some of the best corners. And man, in a phone booth, you cannot cover Pop Douglas. I remember his first year. They were doing one-on-ones, and they thought it was just like, no pass, shirts and T-shirts, he's getting open, whoop-de-doo. Pass came on, he was still doing, so he could not get covered. In week one, which is rare, week one, Pop Douglas was out on the field making plays. I think he had like 40 yards that game. He was out there making plays. That's the game, crazily coincidentally, that was the game Kayshon Boutte got benched because he couldn't keep his feet in bounds. And we know what happened about that the rest of the year. Then Boutte came on his second year, put up phenomenal numbers. Had a career year it's only been in the league 2 years, but he put up big-time numbers last year. So if Kayshon Boutte can continue to ascend, Pop Douglas can continue to ascend, you got Stefon Diggs, see what you get from Cal Williams and anybody else. Man, I think I'm not going to say they're a top 10 core, not even top 15. They're not the worst core. They're nowhere near the worst. I think they can be middle of the pack. And then you got Josh McDaniels coming in, bringing in his scheme. And then, Josh McDaniels has been at the league for about a year. And he say he went to different facilities and camps and try to modernize his offense. It's not going to be no more the Ern Harkin. It's not going to be no more the Ern Harkin scheme. It's not going to be that. It's going to be he modernized his game. I think he went to the Chiefs. He went to Ohio State. I think he was in Cleveland. He went to a lot of different camps last year, and he visited a lot of different teams to see how they do things, how they use some of these players. Now rumor has it that they haven't seen any of that yet, as of yet. With the limited media availability that the team had, that the Patriots media has had, they hadn't really seen that yet. But I think it's coming. I do think it's coming, man. So if he can get the best out of Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte and Cal Williams, and McDaniels is known to put his players in the best position to succeed. If he can do that to a T, man, this team's going to be nice. Stefon Diggs, he hasn't had no Stefon Diggs. He had it with Devontae Adams, but Stefon Diggs, even with him coming off the ACL tear, oh, man, I can't wait. This season can't get quick enough, man. A lot of people sleep on the Patriots. But I think the skill position, and then just talking about the running backs, I'm going to do a separate show on the running backs. Probably do that tonight, so make sure you tune into my live video. With the running back position, you got Trayvon Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson. A lot of people think Antonio Gibson is going to be the odd man out. Very quiet. Antonio Gibson had a pretty good year last year. Ramondre Stevenson struggled with fumbling. Antonio Gibson led the team in rushing a lot of games. He has this patient, violent running style. Like, let's not kick Antonio Gibson out the door just yet. Let's just hold off on that. let's hold off on that now. Let's not kick him out right now. Yeah, Antonio, let's not forget just because we got the nice sweet tour on Christmas, we can get rid of something old that we don't need anymore. Just because we got Travion Henderson. Nah, because he's still a rookie. He still got to get it mentally. You might look the part physically, and we seen your film physically, but you still gotta make sure you know the playbook. Antonio Gibson can catch the ball. He can run a route. He was a former wide receiver. Then they got Land Larrison out of UC Davis. Like don't sleep on the skill position core. But let's not kick. I've been seeing a lot of people want to kick Antonio Gibson out the door. They could carry 4 running backs. I think Vrabel's done that, really. They can carry 4 running backs. They can carry 4. Let's not sleep on Antonio Gibson. And I heard he's had a pretty good offseason. Let's not be so quick to just kick him out the door. And then, somebody's going to get hurt. So I think, you got the skippers. You got Ramondre Stevenson, Gibson, Henderson. Your 2 new pieces at running back going to be Len Larrison and Travion Henderson. They added speed, blocking ability, and pure skill, physicality to that backfield. I love it. They needed some more depth. Wide receiver, your newcomers, Stefon Diggs, Matt Hollins, Kyle Williams. Come on, Efton Chisholm. If he makes it, I think Efton Chisholm probably going to make the team. But, man, it's a lot of competition. Javon Baker, Jalen Pope, he's been dealing with his shoulder injury. They got to get their butts in order because the season. When time count come, I think Pope should be ready by the time training camp come. Yeah, Jalen Pope should be ready by the time training camp is here. He should be ready. He was out there running drills and lining up. He just wasn't doing anything like the 11-on-11s. I heard he wasn't doing that. He was out there for 11-on-11, but he wasn't doing the full speed stuff. That's what Greg Bedard said. So I'm interested to see what happened, man, because those guys, especially Pope, they're behind the 8 ball right now. I think Baker, I just think he's probably be the odd man out, man. And it's crazy about Baker because he has the talent. He has the physical ability. I think it's more so, it's a little bit off the field, but it's on the field, too. He got to get the playbook down pat. If you seen last year, he didn't even really see time on the field till like middle of the season. He didn't get snapped. He didn't catch his first ball to the last game of the year against Buffalo Bills, coincidentally, and a game you didn't really need. So I think he got to come in. Number one, he got to get his stuff straight off the field. He had some issues last year, and that's why he slid to the 4th round. I actually think Javon Baker is at least a second round talent. You just got to be consistent with his hands, knowing the playbook, knowing where to be, all that stuff. I think the talent, the physical. I actually had George Pickens as a comp to Javon Baker. And we seen what George Pickens. Now George Pickens has these issues, but he can ball though. You would take. See, the Cowboys just got him. He can ball though. What he got? 3rd round? Yeah, Pittsburgh 3rd round pick. He can play ball. Now he gives up on plays and stuff like that. Pickens' issue is just inside his head. He has all the physical ability, got good hands. Got sticky. He can catch the ball. He can leap, run good routes. Sometimes he runs his routes late. He's not getting the ball. George Pickens doesn't really he doesn't really try, and you could tell. And like that's basically a tell. And corners and defensive coordinator, they look at you during the plays and be like, okay, if he's not running route, he obviously not getting the ball. Pickens just got to give his all 100% more. That's all his problem is. The physical ability, Jordan Pickens has it. I would have loved him with New England. I want us to get him the year we got Tyquan Thornton and Cole Strange. But Pickens has the ability. He just got to be consistent, and mentally he got to be there. And he got to give his all. It's an effort thing about Pickens. The talent is there. Thing with Baker, that if he has the effort, I think it's mentally with the play, but just getting the playbook down pat. And I actually think, unfortunately, unless he comes out looking like Randy Moss during training camp in preseason, he's probably going to be the odd man out of the receiving room, unfortunately. Probably still going to be the odd man out. I think the beginning of the downfall for Baker was last year when May started the game against the Eagles, I believe, in the preseason. Threw the ball deep downfield. That was a good game for May. Javon Baker had 2 drops that game, caught a couple of passes, but had that clutch first down in the preseason. But that deep pass down the middle, Drake made the crowd roaring, threw the ball. Javon Baker laid out for it, dropped it, had another drop that game. I think ever since then it's just been downhill. I think if he catches that ball, Drake may probably start in week 1 against the Bengals. I think Javon Baker plays a pivotal role in the season. I think he has a big role last year in the season if he catches that ball. So I think it started right there, man. So we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. So I'm gonna be dropping a lot of these videos. We got a lot of free time. I'm gonna start doing these a lot more. I like doing the lives with y'all, but I'm gonna start doing these a lot more. So make sure you hit the like button. Please like. We gotta beat this YouTube algorithm, man. Hit that like button. Make sure you share the content and comment, man. Let me know how it did. Let me know what you agree or disagree on. But please, when you click on this thing, please make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate it. And that's going to be it for today. Stay tuned for the rest of the week for the more videos. Thanks.